And nobody likes
Take it as many as I can get.
You got the lead, can I give you one or two seats? I got.
I'm going to call to order this continuing public hearing that was initially opened October 17th, 2018, and is continued to today, November 14, 2018, to adopt a budget and appropriation ordinance for the period beginning January 1st, 2019, and ending December 31st, 2019. Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Mee?
Here.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Here.
Commissioner Fahey?
Here.
President Vires?
Here. Mike, would you summarize the hearing for us?
I don't think that's, okay, good. This hearing is continued from the last board meeting regarding our budget and appropriation ordinance. The totals of our proposed budget as well as the appropriated amounts are available and have been available for well over 30 days on our website and at all of our public facilities as well as the library. The purpose of today was to provide one more opportunity for either board or public input regarding those amounts across our funds. That's it in a nutshell.
Is there any public comment? Anybody signed up? No. Any comments from the board?
I have none.
Okay.
No, well done, Mike. Thank you.
All right, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Oh,
Second.
So we have a motion by me, second by
Are we closing it?
We're closing it, yes.
Yep. All those in favor say aye.
aye.
Opposed? Okay, the hearing is now closed.
You will see the budget and appropriation ordinance as well as the tax levy ordinance and tax abatement ordinance on the December agenda for approval in accord with our schedule.
Thanks, Mike. And now I'll call to order the regular scheduled meeting for the Wheaton Park District Board of Commissioners for November 14th, 2018. Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Morrill?
Here.
Commissioner Mee?
Here.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Here.
Commissioner Fahey?
Here.
President Vires?
Here. Are there any presentations today?
We do have a presentation. We have the president of the Wheaton Lions Club, R.C. Crompton, with us today. R.C., if you could make your way to the podium to discuss our very successful partnership with the Lions Club called the Reindeer Run.
So first of all, there must have been a coup in the Lions Club because I don't think RC's the
Oh,
president.
President-elect. President-elect, pardon me.
And second of all, where's our antlers?
Thank you
Rough
for the
crowd.
opportunity to present the board. I am R.C. Crompton, Vice President of the Lions Club this year, President-elect next year, but I am Chairman of the 2018 Reindeer Run and have been for the last 5 years. What I want to do today is to take a short moment and just sort of give everybody here an update on what's going on with the Reindeer Run and share some numbers with you. This is our 7th year of the Reindeer Run. It's always held the first Saturday in December. And we have gone from 400 runners in year one to last year, 1,346 runners. So it has been a great increase. What we're shooting for this year is about 1,500. And then that's probably where we want to stay, right around 1,500. It's a community race, it's a family race, and but it's also a great partnership that we do together with the Wheaton Park District. The Lions Club may have our name on front of the Reindeer Run, but there's no doubt that we could not do it without the support of the board and mostly with the support of Dan and Amy and Christina and many of the others that we go on. Want to share a little bit. Our primary focus for the Lions Club is to find sponsorships. And we sort of had a hiccup coming in this year. Some of our sponsors decided to, look at spending money elsewhere. So we started out with a hole, but the community is great. And right now we got another $500 today. So we're at $42,700 in sponsorships.
That's great. That's great, RC.
It is an all-time high for the race. So in a nutshell, just sort of versus, you guys love budgets, I know, so I didn't bring the PowerPoint presentation. But what we try to do is $40,000 in sponsorships, $35,000 in runner revenue for a total revenue of around $75,000. Last year we beat that. Expenses are about $25,000. We have a gross profit of $50,000, which we share 50-50 with the Park District, which goes many times to the DuPage Historical Museum, and then to our charity organization. We focus on sight, hearing, diabetes, the environment, and we're very proud to tell you is last year we gave away $80,000, and we have zero overhead. So every penny we collect in the community goes to those charity organizations. So we're very happy about that. Last year our runners were, again, 1346. We're hoping to do that. You guys will laugh about this, is that last year we got 300 runners signed up after Thanksgiving because some of them happened to do a 10-day forecast to make sure that it's going to be sunny and nice before they want to commit. So the last 5 years have been superb. We did have 1 year where it was in the minus chill factor when the race started, and yet we still had day of race registrations that year. So it's become a fun community event, a lot of families, a lot of costumes. So it benefits the community, we think. Many of us get together for some post-celebration at a local.
Nice support for the downtown merchants afterwards.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you want to take a look behind the list of sponsors that you have, I just want to give you a little more information about how what you get with your sponsorships. Gold, silver, bronze, and community. And you sort of see a checkoff box that you do. And then the Park District is the one that sort of does all the labor behind this, prints them, creates it, has great artists, and every year we try to do some new things. But you can sort of see, what comes with each of the sponsorships, from having your name on the start line to having your name on the bibs or having your names on the shirts. For a $2,500 minimum sponsorship, you get your name on the back of the shirt. And we're pleased this year that we got an early copy of this, and I want to share with you. So this is the new logo for this year.
Very nice.
It's a brand new logo. It sort of touts both the Park District as well as the Lions Club. And then First Trust has always been our largest $5,000 sponsor, and then all these others are $2,500 sponsors. So I wanted to see that.
Looking good.
Yeah, it's a nice shirt.
All looking dry fit, and if you go to the Life Fitness or Sports Center after the race, you see a lot of these on the track as you're walking around. Right now, we're busy also sending out posters. Printed 500 of these, and we pretty much cover all of Wheaton, Carroll Stream, and Glen Ellen to get people involved, to sort of know what's going on. Registration is all through the website at the Park District /Reindeer Run, and we also do a lot with teams, things like that, where we get a lot more bang for the buck if you register for a team, family outings, and then the sponsorships with the larger packages, they get a lot of their registration already included. This Sunday, try to pick up the Daily Herald. We have a half-page ad running for the very first time, and they gave us a sort of a friends and family discount and fundraising discount so that we could, work with them to make that happen. So, any questions from the board or from the?
Terry?
No, I believe that, Margie, a report came from you that our runner numbers are on pace right now as with last year? Okay, good. And then you want a few more, right, Archie?
We do want a few more.
Okay.
The blast went out, Amy sent out the blast this morning, and we're at 8:08. So we are ahead of pace for last year.
Great.
So we'll continue to do that. And then I also wanted to, if you on that last piece of paper, the last one is that wanted to make sure I didn't not give you an opportunity. There are 17 Lions members that have contributed to the race and have written checks. And I would be remiss if I didn't make sure that all the directors and commissioners weren't also given that opportunity
Your time is up, RC. I appreciate you coming in.
We taught
to
him
help
very
such
well.
a worthy cause, which, 50% goes back to the Park District. Again,
Good stuff.
I thank you very much for your time. We're looking forward to a great race. And again, from the Lions Club, we have a great team to work with, and we can't thank them enough. Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work.
I think a round of applause for RC chairing this event for 5 years. Done a wonderful job, RC. Thank you for your leadership.
Any more presentations, Mike?
No, sir.
Anybody register for community input? Donna? No. Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Does anybody have a motion ready?
I can go for it unless somebody else wants it.
No, I think.
Oh, you tear.
I would move to approve the consent agenda as presented, items A through G. A, approval of the disbursements totaling $1,380,122.20 for the period beginning October 10, 2018 and ending November 6, 2018. B, approval of the minutes for the October 17, 2018 public hearing related to the 2019 Budget and Appropriation Ordinance. C, approval of the minutes for the October 17, 2018 public hearing related to the Bond Issuance Notification Act, issuance of general obligation limited tax park bond series 2018. D, approval of the October 17, 2018 regular meeting minutes. E, approval of the November 7, 2017 Buildings and Grounds and Finance Subcommittee meeting minutes. F, appointment of Michael Bernard as delegate to the Illinois Association of Park Districts annual meeting. And lastly, G, Arrowhead Sign Project change order for after-hours work in the amount of $1,500 with Doyle Signs.
Second.
We have a motion by me, a second by Fahey. Is there any discussion? Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
President Vires?
Yes. Let's go to unfinished business. Item 1, request for financial or labor support for Madison School PTA. Somebody have a motion ready?
I'd make a motion for the Wheaton Park District to provide up to $10,000 in labor or other direct costs at no charge towards the playground project, with any cost above $10,000 to be billed to the Madison PTA for reimbursement upon completion. Total project is estimated to be $23,588.
Second.
So a motion by Morrill, second by Fahey. Any discussion?
I have a question. Mike, on the information you gave us, this is a result of questions that we asked during the subcommittee about what other schools might fall into this category. These are the 5 schools that have been identified, and are there any others other than these?
No, these 5 schools would fit the same criteria of not having a walking distance playground/park for within a half a mile of that site. The rest, the balance of the elementary schools in District 200 have a walking distance park and playground owned and operated by the Wheaton Park District nearby.
Okay, great. Thank you for getting this. This is very helpful.
You're welcome.
Terry?
Yeah, I think it's also important to note that this is a very particularized, approval by the park board, because the approval was with the caveat that, there was a like contribution from the school district. The area of the playground, was such that, there was not a nearby playground. So I think it's not a blueprint, for the future, because any, similar requests we would take on a case-by-case basis. But, with the discussion by the board, it met all of the factors, for us to be able to approve this, as a contribution to the school district and that particular school.
Any other discussion? No? Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
President Vires?
Yes. Let's go to new business. Item 1, general obligation limited tax park bonds. Somebody have a motion ready?
Do we want to hear from
Dave?
Spear Financial in advance of the vote to recap the action contemplated? Sure. Thank you.
Good evening, good to be here. And the annual non-referendum limited tax park bonds were priced yesterday, and the low bid is Wheaton Bank and Trust at 2.49%. You received 4 different bids, so that Park Ridge Community Bank was a second place at 2.53, Republic Bank at 2.56, and Oppenheimer at 2.68. So really a close grouping of bids. Certainly would recommend the acceptance of the low bid from Wheaton Bank and Trust and the adoption of the ordinance that's before you.
Any questions for anybody on the board?
Congratulations, Dave, on your retirement.
Thank you. I would like to introduce Aaron Gold. Aaron is a new member of our team, and we recruited him from Batavia Park District. He was the CFO over in Batavia, and had joined us for the last 4 or 5 months, and will be working with Anthony to continue to provide service to the district.
Welcome.
Is Aaron going to be our guy?
Yeah, Anthony is going to be number 1, and Aaron number 2.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Appreciate all the service.
Congratulations, Dave.
Congratulations, too.
Okay, item number 1, somebody have a motion ready? Terry?
I do. I would move to approve the Wintrust bid for general obligation limited tax park bonds, Series 2018, in the amount of approximately $1,683,800 at an interest rate of 2.4900% at a cost to the district of $36,918.72.
Before there's a second, could I just make a quick correction? With the interest rate, the bond issue size was upsized slightly to $1,688,300.
Is it okay, Terry, to amend?
You betcha.
Okay. So we have a
Second.
motion by me, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Morrow, motion by me, second by Morrow, any discussion? Mike, would you call the roll?
Yes. Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
President Vires?
Yes. Item number 2 is the adoption of ordinance 2018-05. Does somebody have a motion ready?
I'll move to approve the ordinance 2018-04.
05. To 2018-05 is what we're at.
Oh, this one up here. All right. Move to approve the issuance approximately $1,683,800.
688-300.
688,300?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Okay. 688,300, general obligation, limited tax, park bonds, Series 2018, for the payment of land condemned of purchase for parks, for the building, maintaining, improving, and protecting the same in the existing land and facilities of the district, for the payment of outstanding bonds of the district, providing that the levy of a direct annual tax to pay the principal and interest on said bonds, and authorize the sale of said bonds to the purchaser thereof.
Second.
So a motion by Fahey, second by Hodgkinson. Any discussion?
No.
Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
President Vires?
Yes. Item 3, motion to adopt ordinance 2018-04. Somebody want to make that motion?
Yeah, I'll take that again. So I move to approve the ordinance 2018-04.
Second.
Motion by Fahey, second by Morrill. Any discussion?
I think, it's important to note that, it's a disposal ordinance, and all of the items that the Park District is disposing of in this particular ordinance is noted, and available for review by the public.
Any other discussion? Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
President Vires?
Yes. Item 4, the Play for All Treehouse Project. Somebody have a motion ready?
I move to reject the bids for the Play for All Treehouse.
Second.
Motion by Morrill, second by Fahey. Any discussion?
We're going to rebid this.
Yes, the project will, after suffering a slight setback in time, will be under construction late spring, early summer of 2019, after a little bit of retooling of the scope.
And I missed today's meeting, so things have been scaled back,
Yes, our design firm has been working closely with with staff and with the low bidder the first time around to identify aspects that can be scaled back while not damaging the original intent of this phase of the project's completion. And we're very confident on the road we're on, and we are expecting by the January Play for All Foundation meeting to be taking some action accordingly.
Okay, Mike, would you call the roll?
We can just do a voice vote on that.
All right. Do a voice vote then. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's do item number 5, portable restroom rental. Somebody have a motion ready?
Would offer that up. Move to accept the unit cost bid from Lakeshore Recycling Systems with a base bid total of $16,681 for a term beginning January 1, 2019 and ending December 31, 2021 for use in our parks and during athletic and special events.
Second.
So we have a motion by me, second by Morrill. Is there any discussion? No? Okay. Can I do a voice vote on this because it's under 25?
Yeah.
We'll do a voice vote on this. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, the Arrowhead Golf Club chemicals. Somebody want to make a motion?
Move to accept the bids from the various vendors per staff recommendation for the Arrowhead Golf Club chemicals, and as noted in the last pages of the Park Board agenda.
Second.
Motion by me, second by Morrill. Any discussion?
No, this is a good summary, though, Andy.
Discussion. Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Me,
Yep.
Commissioner Hodgkinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
President Vires.
Yes. Item 7, baseball and softball equipment. Does somebody have a motion ready?
I'll move to approve the acceptance of the bids of various vendors for the baseball, softball equipment, and apparel.
I'll second it.
A motion by Fahey, second by Morrill. Any discussion?
I just want to compliment Ron for his many, many decades of service to the Wheaton Park District and the children of Wheaton in baseball, softball. So thank you, Ron.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Ron. But we're not naming anything after you tonight, buddy. Well, not yet, anyway.
Any further discussion? Okay, we have a motion by Fahey, second by Morrill. Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Hodgkinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
Commissioner Me.
Yes.
President Vires.
Yes. Okay, item 8, the Memorial Park renovation concept. Does somebody have a motion ready?
I'll make a motion to approve the design concept as presented and begin specification development.
Second.
Motion by Hodgkinson, second by Fahey. Any discussion?
And our contractors are Williams Architects and Kimberly Horn in conjunction with one another, Mike?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So we have a motion by Hodgkinson, second by Fahey. Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Fahey.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
Commissioner Me.
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson.
Yes.
President Vires.
Yes. Item 9, Arrowhead Chemical Storage Building. Somebody have a motion ready?
Would move to approve a professional services agreement with ERA for an amount not to exceed $22,525 for the Arrowhead Chemical Storage Building civil engineering.
Second.
Motion by me, second by Fahey. Any discussion? Okay, Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
Commissioner Me.
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson.
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey.
Yes.
President Vires.
Yes. Item 10, vision insurance. Does somebody have a motion ready?
I'd move to approve the addition of the vision coverage with United Healthcare and for the Wheaton Park District to pay the employee coverage costs not to exceed $8,000 and dependent coverage to be paid by the employees that select dependent coverage.
Second.
A motion by Morrill, second by Hodgkinson. Any discussion? Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Me.
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson.
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
President Vires.
Yes. Item 11, the employee incentive options. Somebody have a motion ready?
I move to approve the pay incentive for eligible employees to waive health insurance coverage as follows. $1,500 incentive per year for the employee, $1,500 per year for children, $1,500 per year for spouse.
Second.
Motion by Hodgkinson, second by Fahey. Any discussion?
Mike, I assume that at some point in time, you'll let us know, how many of our staff members choose that option?
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Any further discussion?
And I would just say that this actually is a savings to the Wheaton Park District taxpayers if an employee opts out of our insurance program. So our giving them $1,500 isn't necessarily a bonus to them, it's a bonus to us.
Right, it's going to save us money, I think.
Yes.
It would be we should be able to get those numbers pretty quickly. I would think that they're going to be making those decisions within the next 2 months,
Yeah,
right?
open enrollment is about to begin.
Yeah.
And we'll know
Yeah.
by the end of the year which employees may select to waive our coverage and receive the incentive.
I think we'd all be interested in knowing, both after year 1 and year 2, and just see how it's going. And
Yes, we will follow up.
great, thank you.
Any further discussion? Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
President Vires?
Yes. Item 12, pool facility fees. Does somebody have a motion ready?
I'd move to approve a $1 increase to all daily admission rates at both aquatic facilities for the 2019 season, and to increase the 6-visit guest booklet fee to $51 and the 20-visit guest booklet fee to $170, again for the 2019 season.
Second.
Motion by me, second by Fahey. Any discussion? Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray.
Oh, what'd you say, oh dear?
Did I say that?
Let me preface my statements with, I am not against the pools because I ran them for over 25 years and helped design these facilities. So my comments aren't hopefully derogatory. But this fee increase is only going to generate around $23,000 plus dollars. And we're estimating around $187,000, almost $188,000 in losses at our pools for 2018. And over the last 3 years, according to the report, we've lost over $500,000 in supporting these swimming pools. And I'm not against swimming, please don't think that's where I'm going. But this fee increase is only going to represent 12.5% of our estimated losses for 2018. And these are real figures. $500,000 is a lot of money to lose, and it's real money. So I guess where I'm coming from, and I brought it up in the committee meeting, is that, number one, we do need to try and negotiate, I think, with Winfield and Warrenville to try and get, because they don't have a pool, and they probably never will have a pool, and we need to negotiate with them to see how we can try and get their residents. But going beyond that, I think in some of our special facilities, as we look at them, we're losing money at the pools, and that's a given, okay? And it probably is always going to be a given. How much we're willing to lose, I guess, is going to be a philosophy of the board to accept. But we're also losing rounds at the golf course, and our net profits at the golf course are half of what they used to be. And I'm seeing more and more competition at Parks Plus Fitness Center, where we've got a fitness center a half a block away from us that is nowhere near the cost of what our fitness center charges. Now, we're not seeing a decrease in the fitness center, fortunately. We're holding our own, but we're seeing more and more competition. We never used to have the competition in the past. We didn't have anybody competing against Rice Pool and Water Park. It was the state of the art. And we didn't have people competing against our fitness center other than Wheaton Sports Center and the YMCA. But we've got more people doing that. And our golf course, I think golf nationwide is having problems. I think we need, as a board, and I don't want to get into it tonight because I don't think that's fair or appropriate, but I think we as a board need to really truly look at the resident, non-resident fee structure we have for some special facilities. Doesn't have to be all of them, doesn't have to be all our programs, but there are some facilities that I think we need to try and get as many people in our facilities as we can, and we need to get their money. And I don't see people lining up at the door to try and get in the rice pool anymore, like we did when we first opened it. I don't see people standing in line at the track at the community center trying to get on the track at the community center. And we don't charge a non-resident fee in the bar and the restaurant at the golf course, but we do at golf. So I just think we as a board need to take a look at how can we get the most money for our residents, for our facilities to maintain and operate them and run them. And I think the non-resident issue is an issue that we can pick and choose where we want to charge it and say, maybe it's best not to do so. So that's where I'm coming from. And like I say, it's food for thought. Think about it, and let's talk about it some more, because we're 12% with this fee increase is nothing, because we're going to have another $150,000 deficit next year with the pools, because the things that are pushing it are salaries of staff and utilities, and we can't get away from that. It's
Right.
It's there.
And weather.
Well, and weather, but whether or not. I just think we need to look at things from a little different mindset. I was one of the first people who pushed non-resident fees, and I can remember being quoted in the paper as saying, I could care less if residents or non-residents use our facilities because it's for our residents. But that's when we had a line at the door trying to get people in, and it's not that way anymore. So for the sake of our residents, I think we need to get the non-residents. It's reverse psychology, maybe? I don't know. I'm done.
Okay. Terry?
I'd ask a question of Mike, and then I have a comment to make just based on what Ray has presented here. Mike, perhaps my calculations were off, but I did not see a $500,000 deficit in our aquatic centers. Is that accurate?
I thought Ray was maybe going 2 years.
It's
running.
multiple years.
Okay, so it wasn't from
The
last
last
year.
3 years.
Okay, got
We
it.
added the last 3 years based on the report.
Okay, and Ray, when you mentioned the golf course revenues, were you talking about the banquet and
All of it.
restaurant? All of it, not just the golf course? Because I know,
All of it.
that although our golf rounds are down, according to the most recent report, our revenues are up, from last year. So, maybe it's merchandise, maybe whatever it is, according to the recent report, our revenues are up over 2017. So unless that's in error, Andy,
No,
rounds are down, revenues are up.
that is correct. The rounds are down, but we did do a little bit of an increase last year on
Correct.
cart fees.
Yep,
So that has helped subsidize
good.
the loss.
all right.
To where I would think right now, we're relatively about flat with where we were last year with revenue
Okay.
in regards to golf.
Thank you.
Anybody, any other further discussion?
No, I'm just gonna encourage us to do this, because I've been thinking since Ray brought this up at the subcommittee meeting, and I think it goes beyond just the facilities that he listed, because you can take our brochure and look side by side at a lot of other brochures and see why people may be choosing other facilities and or programs. And it was always our intention, I thought, to try to realize as much revenue as we could to, lower the burden to the local taxpayer. But I also think, too, that, we have a 28-year-old facility, at least with a pool. And, I feel like I'm reading the stories about Villa Park with their 64-year-old pool, still trying to decide how they're going to get people into it or if they're going to repair it and stuff. And I think Ray's right. The market has shifted, and we're still treating it like it's the old market. I think, so.
So I would agree. I think we've had a tremendous run. They're both wonderful facilities. But Mike, I'd like to take a look at, what we can do to try to improve and to get more people coming to the pool. So, and I'm not sure about that, even though it's raising it $1, I'm not sure about that, but.
Okay, Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
No.
President Vires?
Yes. Okay, item 13, board member attendance at the PGA Merchandise Show. Somebody want to make a motion there?
Move to approve expenses for a board member to attend the PGA Merchandise Show at a cost not to exceed $1,924.
Second.
Second.
Morrell get there first, I think.
Yeah, Morrell did.
Me, Morrell. Any discussion? Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes. Item 14, semi-annual review of closed session minutes. Does anybody want to make a motion?
Move to approve semi-annual review of closed minute sessions, Resolution 2018-07.
Second.
Motion by Fahey, second by Morrell.
For the purpose of the minutes, I'm sorry, sir, the recommendation is to not release any closed session minutes at this time through this semi-annual review.
Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
President Vires?
Yes. All right, we'll move on to reports from staff. Mike, do you have anything you want to report
No,
on?
sir.
Okay, we'll move on to commissioners' comments on finance, special facilities, marketing events, et cetera. Does anybody have any comments regarding that? Ray?
And I'll go through the pool one. Congratulations to Mark and Tom. Are they both retiring?
So Mark is retiring from his principal job this year, so he will be.
Come on up to the microphone, Max.
Mark is retiring from his District 200 principal job this year, and he's going to take some time off with his family, obviously, and enjoy his retirement. And Mr. Tom Grace has also decided to step away from Northside. He's been there for 23 years as well. So as a teacher, he's had 23 years without a summer and without a fall, winter, or spring. So it's well deserved and it's well earned for both of them.
I hired both of them.
Well, good job. They were here forever.
Good people.
Yeah, good hires.
Good people. Just to note that the Aquatics employed 279 high school and college-age students, which is really fantastic, putting the kids to work. And 265 of them were from Wheaton.
That's correct.
So, I mean, those are great numbers. And I think we, as a district, I think I said this last year too, we need to put together some kind of report that says how many Wheaton kids and Wheaton residents we employ, and toot our horn that we are a big employer in this community, and we do give back to the community in that way. So, but that's great that that we hire that many kids. It's a first job for most of these kids, and it's an important job. Also, congratulations on exceeding the standards of the Ellison Associates audits.
Thank you.
And getting the exceptional ratings that you got on those. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's pretty scary.
Yeah, this is true. I have been certified in pretty much all of the main lifeguard certifications, Red Cross, YMCA, Starguard, Ellis, and I must say that the auditing that Ellis does is by far superior. And I'm saying that as a Red Cross instructor of lifeguarding and CPR. So, my standards are pretty high, knowing what I've seen across the board. And I mean, our staff is amazing the way they respond and get out there.
I think we do need to increase our signage for Rice Pool and Northside Pool. Again, the Northside, or the Rice Pool sign is kind of at the community center. It's under the bushes. You really can't see it unless you get rid of the bushes, and then it's really kind of hard to see anyway. We need to do something better with signage
Bob's making a note.
Those bushes are about to die.
Okay. But we, and where we took the rec house down, we might be able to put a sign there and just give it some little bit, and you can see the pool better now with the new fence. So, I think new signage and Northside Pool, could use some more signage as well. I think when we do our promotions, we need to promote our safety record and our training of the staff, and the 2018 Ellis and Associates Gold Medal Award for excellence in training. I think we need to promote that and make people feel comfortable that, they're going to send their kids to this pool or either of our pools, and they're in safe environments. Parents aren't going to watch the kids. The guards are the ones doing it, so I know that and understand it.
I'll refrain from comment.
We need to promote the value of, if you buy a pass, you get 2 pools to choose from. You can go to one or the other, depending upon your pleasure. And I guess that's all. Max.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your first year with us. I know it's a big job.
Thank you.
That's great. Terry?
Max, thanks for this report. Very nice. You all did a great job. But I would, echo Ray's sentiments about, the congratulations to Mark Coleman and Tom Grace for their service at Northside. It's been, that was significant, by them. And, just picking out one thing out of this report, I really appreciated the explanations, about the objectives for 2018 and the results of those objectives. So, everything was very clearly stated.
Thank you.
Did you want to move on to other reports, or you want to just take this
Well,
one?
let's see if Jane's got anything to say.
I'm going to ask a question of Max, so if that's okay.
Yes,
and
of
then
course.
we
No,
can
we're out
come
of
back.
time.
Yeah. Don't
Heard
go,
enough from Ray and Terry. It's your turn,
don't
Jane.
go away.
I didn't talk as long as Ray.
Max, did I read that you're involved with the Paderma stuff too this year?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you finding that? That's very different than what you were accustomed to, isn't it?
I'm currently working on my master's degree in emergency and disaster management. So it's actually something that really drove me to this position in this park district in particular was the safety factor. So it's been something that I haven't done before for sure. However, it is a team effort. I'm very fortunate. When we go visit other sites, everyone is very forthcoming. And when we do our safety committee meetings and I ask if anyone needs any help, everyone comes quickly and goes, hey, this is what we need, this is what we're looking for. And it's been a team effort, and our score will reflect that. And I'm pleased with how our park district comes together and has helped me.
Good, good. So you're enjoying all that and
Oh, yes.
and the challenge? Good. That's
Yes.
great. That's great. Also, or maybe I should ask this question. When we're offering things other than swim instruction, when we're offering adult aerobics or what have you, is that a separate revenue item, or is that just incorporated in the pool pass and those classes just happen to be at the time that they're at the pool?
That's a good question. Our aqua aerobics in particular, because that is instructed by Parks Plus Fitness, they see the revenue.
Okay, so it's not reflected in here at all?
Correct.
Okay, so that's something to consider too, is that we have exercise programs going on at the pool, which we would expect to have, and it's not
And they
being
don't get the
reflected.
money.
And they're not
Paying
being,
the water bill.
they're paying the water bill, they're paying the
We're not paying the
utilities.
instructor though, and if you know anything about aqua aerobics instructors, they can be pricey. So that,
Right,
nice.
okay, good. And are you going to intend to increase those kinds of things in terms of revenue production?
Yeah, this first year obviously was a lot of learning. There were
Sure.
And one thing that I'm kind of excited about is next year we're hosting the B conference meet for the swim team, and this is early talk, but we're considering moving it to Rice this year because it's a bigger facility, and I believe that will generate a little bit more revenue as far as our concessions. Also, it'll raise, our swim division is generally localized, so it kind of gives us a chance to showcase our crown jewel pool, if you will, as opposed to Northside. I think we also have more parking at that facility. So it's an opportunity that we're at very early discussion phases, but that's one thing that I'm kind of excited about and looking at.
And then I wondered, since you've had just this first summer, the opportunity to kind of speculate on, short of revamping the pool and adding to the pool and changing features and things like that, what kinds of things could you see for us to look at for additional revenue there?
That is a good question. One thing
I like asking the good questions, so just keep that up, and I'll just keep going.
I know a revamp is not exactly what you want to hear, but I would say a splash pad on our inside of the fenced area. A lot of communities have splash pads that are out in parks and whatnot. However, I think if we put it in our facility where you're paying to get in still, it would offer a new attraction to the children the parents that don't want to get in, as we've kind of mentioned, another option, because a lot of those have zero water at all, other than they put up the foam matting, and then there's no standing water, so we wouldn't even need a guard on there. But because it's in our fence line, we could charge people to come in. So that's I've done zero research on what that would cost, but that to me is a factor that would change our game a little bit without being a huge remodel.
Okay.
Just for an example.
Great. I think as we are talking about fees and fee policies and things like that, it would be always great to keep any ideas that you have like that coming. So
Yes.
thank you so much. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you.
No, just a great report, Max. Thanks so much. Yeah.
And I assume there are some other comments down there about other reports. Ray, you're done? Terry?
I'm going to make some. We cannot fail to recognize the great work by our staff. We do talk about, weather being a factor. Max, you can sit down, buddy, but thank you. We mentioned weather, and, we can't always attribute everything to weather, but I think it was easily predictable that, the revenues for Cosley were going to be down this year just because of a difficult start, to the season, and then a equally difficult end to the season, so, or at least what is an ending season. But it was helpful to see a report, to substantiate that all the, or a lot of the zoos in the area, were down in terms of their revenues and attendance, and that included, Brookfield Zoo, the Miller Park Zoo in Bloomington, Peoria Zoo, and so, these are other zoos that are, certainly some are, they're not all comparable, but, a lot of zoos obviously had some, down years, and I guess we could attribute it to the weather. It can't be just us. Andy, are we good with the north side stairs to the clubhouse now? Good? Okay. All good? And I want to make a comment on our electric sign. It's very aesthetically pleasing, very sophisticated, in my opinion. And Mike, have we had any negative comments or positive from the public about that sign since we got it up and going?
I've seen, some, there's plenty of social media and blog sites out there that residents put together, and it's been I'd say what I've read is 50-50. I think many positive comments about it we've had in the facility. There's some, immediately adjacent neighbors who they're not a fan of any electric sign. So it's not our electric signs that they don't want any electric signs along the thoroughfares that they drive on.
I just thought it, was...
That's what I've heard more than anything else.
Just wondered. It's just, I think it's very sophisticated. But speaking of social media, I want to recognize our wedding specialist, Alexis Wiley. She's, done a great job out there and pinch hitting in a particular fashion. But, she got a very nice social media post, about, the wedding that, the poster had, not only set up but attended through Arrowhead. And, that kind of stuff really helps us, it helps for, the future. And I think our wedding, although I think weddings are trending down in terms of numbers, attendance numbers, but, it seems like we're still getting our share of weddings, at the facility. So, keep up the good work. I also want to thank the continued good work by our museum staff. I know they work real hard, and I don't know that they get, all of the recognition that they deserve, but, they've been doing a good job. So, and I think that's about it. I did want to recognize the fact that, and this goes to Rob and his group for getting that DCEO grant, to help with the costs associated, with the central ice storage building. That's going to be needed, and, it's always, appreciated when we get those grants. So thanks for applying for it.
Thanks, Terry. Jane, do you have any other comments?
No, Max mentioned it again, that Wendy Russell had been kind enough to continue working this year and helping us out, and so I wanted to... And I want to thank Wendy again for all of her service to the Park District, so.
Yeah, I'd like to say for those at home and those here, it's Cosley Zoo calendar 2019. This is an awesome piece. The pictures, the photography is incredible. I believe it's $19.99. Is that correct, Margie? And you can pick this up at the Cosley Zoo gift shop, and I believe it's free with a donation. $50 donation, but it's fabulous. Yeah, it's awesome. So go pick it up.
Thanks. I just want to make one quick comment, too. I was just at DuPage Historical Museum Foundation meeting this afternoon, and the numbers are in on the first annual Oktoberfest that they threw over in Memorial Park, and first-time event, and they netted $14,000 for the foundation, which I thought was pretty amazing. It was about, what, 3 times or what you were expecting to net from that, had around 1,500 people. So it was a tremendous success, and I think it'll be just even better next year, so congratulations on that. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Oh, wait a minute. You got to hear from me one last time. Mary Beth, thanks for all the good work. I, noted in our recent report that, the Rams season wrapped up, but we had 4 out of the 7 teams finish above 500, and 2 of the senior teams went undefeated. So, I guess we're still going reasonably strong in the football area. So, thank you. Move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion by me, second by Fay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Adjourned.
Thank you very much.